Insights Media.
It was an atmosphere for crystallization of ideas as the Center for Women's Health and Information, a Lagos-based non-profit organization, collaborated with the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities and Community Advancement Initiative for Self-Reliance to hold a town hall meeting on how to mitigate violence against PWDs in Osun State.
So ìsìn a rí pé nǹkan tó tún dàpọ̀ mọ́rọ̀ yìí gan ó ti wá pọ̀ ó pọ̀ ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ ṣùgbọ́n láàárín obìnrin àwọn àkàndá tún wà láàárín wa ṣé mọ̀ wípé tá bá ní case àwa ti wá yọ àwọn sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sí hospital ẹni tó need sign language láti ẹ̀ ti dáwọ́ tó need nǹkan kan lóhùn ká tó wá ní ẹni tó need sign language tẹ́ni tó wà níbẹ̀ gan bá fẹ́ dáhùn tẹ́ni tó fẹ́ bá ṣe kò sẹ́ni tó máa bá túmọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ kò sẹ́ni tó máa bá jẹ́ kó yé nǹkan tí ẹni tó gbé ọ̀rọ̀ wá tó gbé wá a wá decide pé a ní láti ní project tó jẹ́ wípé directly focusing on women and girls with disabilities.
The thrust of the discussion at the meeting held in Osogbo with stakeholders centered on importance of proper education for persons with disabilities, most especially ladies and women. The director of the Center for Women's Health and Information, Atinuke Odukoya, spoke on the importance of the meeting.
All right, this project is a project that is a fallout of work that we had done in the past in Osun State in terms of providing response and prevention to issues of sexual and gender-based violence. Now, one of the gaps that we saw is the fact that several organizations or institutions or respondents do not address issues of women and girls with disabilities. So the project itself is trying to strengthen prevention and response to issues of sexual and gender-based violence as relates to women and girls with disabilities. It's been supported by the UN Trust Fund. This is one of many activities, but this particular town hall meeting is to get all the key stakeholders within this system to begin to look at how can we work collectively to, one, prevent, because prevention is better than cure. Awareness raising is going on, but it seems that we have increased reportage and sometimes increased occurrences of issues of gender-based violence, and particularly women and girls with disabilities who have no one to help them, especially if the abuse is being carried out by their carer or the person that is supposed to be supporting them. So the project is looking at getting everyone within the community, whether it's religious leaders, whether it's the community leaders, women's groups, artisans, government institutions, civil society, to begin to band together and work together collectively, one, to prevent the issues of sexual and gender-based violence as a whole, but then to look out specifically for women and girls with disabilities, and then begin to give out information in a way that the women and girls with disabilities have access to information. So we're working with 5 clusters: the blind, hearing impaired, albinos, physical disability, and some subsets of intellectual disabilities.
She also advised that certain measures should be taken to provide essential resources for the persons with disabilities.
So the first thing is to create accessibility. Now, accessibility for different clusters means different things. So for instance, you're going for a program or an event, is there a ramp for the person that is on the wheelchair or the person that is using crutches? How easy is it for them to access the place? I mentioned earlier the issue of sign language interpretation for persons with hearing impairments, the issue of Braille for the blind. Of course, not every blind person can read the Braille because except you are educated. So that also then begs the issue of special needs education, not as an afterthought or something that, so truly we need to do something about this, but as a part of, as we're planning for education, for some of them, they can be mainstreamed within the school system. They don't need to go to a special school. right? It's just that you need people, teachers that understand how to relate with them and all of that within the setting. But then for those that need to go to the special needs school, that one, those special needs schools are available. Secondly, they're properly funded and their staff are well trained and equipped to be able to respond to them.
A human rights activist, Citizen Lolawe, called for the increase of societal awareness and understanding of their needs.
Very important because from experience, we have seen that women and children, most especially, are highly vulnerable in the society. But now, talking about women and girls with disabilities, they are much more vulnerable. So the level of vulnerability of women and girls living with disability is quite high. They need to be treated as human beings that they are. They are created, I'm a Christian, my Bible tells me that we are created in the perfect image of God. So we need to know that. And we need to know that they have rights as citizens of Nigeria. And we also know that we need to know that there are consequences for violating their rights as human beings. Then the limitation they experience in the society is enough cause of concern to them. So we need not add insult. We need not add salt to injury. So that is one reason why this kind of gathering is necessary for us to come together.
Abdullahi Fumilayo, one of the leaders of the Jonapits, encouraged women and girls with disabilities to advocate for themselves. She said,
This program is mainly for women and girls with disability. I'm part of women and girls with disability. I know what women and girls with disability are going through because a lot of abuse, a lot of assault. So that is why I call all the NGOs, the CBO, ask for their help, that women with disability, because they are free to talk to me, they normally discuss a lot of things with me. So since then, I've been searching for any NGO that can help us, that can sensitize the public, the stakeholders, and thank God, Center for Women Health and Information come up, and this is how we do it.
the project funded by the United Nations Trust Funds was aimed at ending violence against persons with disabilities, and this hall provided several insights and practicable solutions to identified challenges. From Osogbo, Paul Oganya, Insight Links TV.
Insights Media.